Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Dion back with a daily Fanduel lineup building video for today, February 5th. Just to speak on today a little bit, I ran two tournament lineups. Didn't have any success in either one of them, but I didn't really care, man. I only put $2 down, and I ran a college basketball 50-50 just to kind of make up for it a little bit, and I won 360. So only lost 40 cents today. Not too bad, man, considering I still have $180 in my FanDuel account. So we're gonna basically get into today's plays. We're gonna start off with point guard like we usually do. We're gonna take a look at the chat in quite a few minutes. I gotta bring that tab up. Let me go to it real quick. Uh, see who's in here. Anybody's in here? Okay, so we got 2 live viewers right now. We just started up, so hopefully that grows, man. So right off the bat, we're gonna start off with point guard. We got John Wall at 9.9K versus the Sixers. Let's take a look at this over under real quick. 215. 9-point spread in favor of Washington. Now I do think John Wall's pretty safe in this game. There is a chance of a blowout, seeing that it is a home game for them. Philly just got dismantled by the by Atlanta Hawks, so this could be another trap situation because I thought the Sixers. I'm thinking Ish Smith with him being there, definitely be a close game last time, and kind of disappointed me there. But man, I don't think the. Let's see where Washington ranks in defensive efficiency. I want to see if they're up there with Atlanta. So Atlanta's the 5th best defense, so that's probably where I made my mistake. And Washington is the 22nd worst defense. So maybe this game can actually be close for John Wall to hit his value. So I kind of like him here, decent matchup. Let's go take a look at something, his usage and everything like that. Let's see. So he has about a 29.1 usage rate within the last week. I think that's pretty darn good for his price. I never liked paying 10K for John Wall, but he's actually been proving something a lot lately this year, especially in close games. This is just, man, Ish Smith is not going to be able to hang with him. And 35 minutes for John Wall in this situation, I can definitely see him getting 45 points minimum. So I like him a lot here. Well, we'll kind of talk about some other plays as well. Next, we have Chris Paul versus Orlando Magic. We just seen Russell Westbrook kill them. This can be another situation when I look at it on paper. Oh, do I have the? Let me scroll up. Gonna look at something real quick. Let's go to tomorrow's lineups. All right, so Chris Paul versus Elfrid Payton. Let's go take a look at DVP. I'm gonna go bring up all those tabs. I should have brought those up before I started the video, but hey, I'm a professional, man. Let's go to it. Let's see. Let's bring it all up, man. But the DVP might be a little bit inflated, just seeing as what Westbrook just did to them. So I'm almost certain I brought it up a lot. But let's go take a look at the chat. Rose and CP3 stack. I'm not. We're gonna take a while to get to that. Let me freaking update this. Bring the quality up, just because that blurry screen's annoying me. All right, so everything should be fine now. Okay, now Chris Paul at 9,700 definitely has a good matchup here. Let's take a look at it on paper again. The matchup that stands out to me the most would be Chris Paul with Elfrid Payton. Kind of can't really rely on DeAndre. Luke Baumute, not really. Grace, not a guy that's gonna really score. Oladipo, one of the better defenders in the NBA. Paul Pierce doesn't play a bunch of minutes. So when I look at this game right here, man, the one guy that stands out is Chris Paul. This game should stay close. Let's take a look at the over-under. So 205 over-under, 4-point spread in favor of the Clippers, and this is on the road. So I can definitely see Chris Paul trying to take over, man. He should. I'm almost certain he's going to score 20 actual points in this game. Let's see his game log. So he's been doing that frequently. We just need him to pick up this the assists and the other peripherals like rebounds and everything, and we should be straight. But I like Chris Paul a lot. I think he's pretty safe. He's one of the safest point guards, man. Like, rarely do you see him get less than 40 unless somebody else on his team went off. And as far as I don't really see any mismatches anywhere else besides the point guard position. So Chris Paul, I like him a lot. We'll take a look at the usage real quick. Within the last week. Okay, he has about a 26.6 usage rate, not the greatest, but there was a game against the Bulls where he pretty much took the day off, man, because Jamal Crawford, and it was a blowout pretty much. So I'm not gonna kill him too much for that. So I'm almost certain that in a close game like this, man, there'll be about a 28 or so. I think that's pretty darn good for this matchup. This game's not really one that's gonna be super up there in pace, but I think it's pretty solid, man. I just like Chris Paul a lot. I'm not quite sure he hits his ceiling or anything like that, but let's see where Clippers rank in pace. Okay, Clippers rank 14th. Orlando ranks 22nd. So I mean, it's definitely not going to be all the way up there in pace. But let's take a look at the efficiency from both teams. So we got Orlando middle of the pack, and we got Clippers middle of the pack. So this game, man, the only guy I'm really looking at is Chris Paul. I think he's pretty solid. So we'll take a look now. Kemba Walker, he's listed as probable, but at 8,400 versus the Heat, he's pretty much a fade for me, especially in cash games. Maybe a tournament, he's worth a shot, but with everybody healthy, he's pretty much a fade. The usage has always been up there, but his price is just too much for a healthy Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin's back, Michael K. Gilchrist, Cody Zeller. So they pretty much have the whole gang back except for Al Jefferson. So until Kemba Walker price drops, I don't know if I really like him here. And the Heat plays so slow. I don't really want much exposure to this game, if any at all. So, excuse me. Next, we have Rondo. And I think he pretty much has a good matchup besides you got the guy Boogie there, but Rondo 8,300. He just stunk it up last game in 31 minutes. I think this can be a bounce back game. He was in his first game off a turf toe injury, so maybe he's worth another look here in tournaments. Wouldn't really trust him in cash until we see him back 100% and balling with the toe injury. So right now, 8,300. Let's go take a look at the Nets and DVP, how they fare versus point guards. So third worst team right now, only behind the Suns and Lakers, and we know they have been horrible. Okay, so Rondo here, great matchup for him. This game definitely should be up in pace. Let's take a look at the over/under. All Sacramento games are up in pace, so 212 over under a 6 point spread in favor of Sacramento. So this game's definitely projected to stay a little bit close deep into the fourth quarter, and if it does that, man, Rondo, he's looking like he's in line for a solid game. We'll take a look at the usage real quick just to see what he's done. Okay, so in the last 4 games, he has a 20.4 usage rate. I'm not really a big fan of that, but man, I think maybe this can change. So I kind of like him in tournaments, not too much in any other contests. So let's take a look at the chat real quick. Rose and CP3 stat. Okay, so we're kind of dead right now, but if Jimmy is out, Rose all day, I would get Power in there too. Oh yeah, we're gonna get down to the point guards, man. We definitely gonna talk about D Rose. But next, I like IT2, man. Point guards have been abusing Kyrie lately. We just seen Jeremy Lin have a great game. We've seen Tony Parker have a great game. I think even Reggie Jackson had a pretty solid outing versus the Cavs lately. So Kyrie, let's see if DVP reflects that. See what the Cavs rank versus point guards. So okay, they're middle of the pack, but man, we've seen some explosive point guards, and right now you got LT2, pretty high usage rate. Let's take a look at him real quick. Feel like I'm kind of breezing through it more than I usually do, but hey, as long as there's no complaints, right? So 27.6 usage rate within the last 4 games in the last week or so. So man, IT2's been balling, but that just pretty much means they've been playing a lot of games. So I guess fatigue can start wearing onto them. I want to take a look at something. I like that Roto Grinders has this back-to-back thing, so you can see how many games they played within a certain span. Okay, Boston. So they're playing this second game in 3 nights. So I guess they had one back-to-back, then he had a break, and then this is the third game. So definitely, man. They might be a little fatigued, but let's go take a look at the over/under this game. 210 over/under 7 point spread in favor of Cleveland. I'm not quite sure I certainly agree with this, but I guess at home they gotta give them the nod, and they just took a bad L to Charlotte, so I guess they think they bounce back. Boston, man. But I still think this game's going to be way up in pace. I love the fantasy production you might get out of this game. So IT2, man, he's definitely a play even at 8K. We seen him have 50-point games in a game like this, man. I can definitely see him going off. Man, he should be able to produce. So I like him a lot. 7.9. Don't really have anything bad to say about him. But let's go take a look at what he did last game. 33, 38. So he hasn't been hitting his ceiling lately. I guess that's maybe his price is just a little bit too high with Evan Turner, Marcus Smart taking up a lot of production. So, man, that might be pretty tricky. But he's looking more like a tournament option because we've seen him with the 50-point upside. So I like him there. Now we have Kyrie Irving. This guy's been producing the last 4 games. He's above 34 or more. But I don't like to pick on. I don't like to pick on Boston with point guards or shooting guards. They fared pretty well against them. I think this is a situation where I'll probably fade Kyrie, but he's pretty solid, man. When he's on his A game, I don't really think that matters. So he's more of a tournament option right now. But we're gonna take a look at the at his usage rate real quick. 28.8. That usage is through the roof. And if he gets matched up with IT2 individually, it's a chance that he can go off. But let's go take a look at DVP to show you how good they've been. The Boston Celtics have against point guards. So we're gonna take a look at it real quick. And and they're so good at that. I'm almost thinking so they have been the best team versus point guards this year, but they're so good. I'm starting to think that they put Avery Bradley on the point guard and put IT2 on a shooting guard or something like that. Because let's take a look at shooting guards real quick. I don't think they're even top 3 versus shooting guards. Okay. Oh well, they're still top 10 versus shooting guards, but like man, I think there's a situation where I can still see Kyrie having a decent game in a fast-paced game, but this might be the LeBron game. Let's see what his price is real quick. Okay, I just wanted to check 10.2. Yeah, this might be a LeBron game, but let's go back. Kyrie Irving 7K, been putting up 34 past 4 games in a row. He needs about 35 for value. I think that's definitely possible in this kind of game. Game speed. Let's go take a look at the Celtics though. Do we want to pick on them, man? I know they have one of the best defensive efficiencies. I just clicked it off by mistake. Let's go take a look. Boston is the second best defensive efficiency team, but with a game up in pace like this, but they also have, let's see the pace. They also have the third fastest pace. So, I mean, that I think that kind of gives Kyrie a little bit of a bump. And this is kind of a game where you can excel in an open court and pushing the ball. So I like Kyrie a little bit. We're gonna take a look at the chat. It will lock it down. He ain't doing nothing. Kyrie, no note. My Celtics, the truth. Okay, we got a little bit of bias going, man. Not even a tournament option. You gotta give me that. He's elite sport for tournament option. Else you think because I think I know what you're saying. Boston do shut down guards, but Kyrie Irving, when he's on his game, he can do whatever he wants. So, um, next we have Smith. Now we starting to see point guards go off against the Wizards. And this if this game stays close, man, I like Smith a little bit. This game's definitely gonna be up in pace. Should be able to rack up a bunch of assists. Wizards haven't been that good on defense. Nah, man, if he can just get 35 minutes in this situation, I know we don't want to look too far into point guards killing them when it's all elite point guards, but I still like Ish a lot in this game. This game should be up in pace. There's not too many guys I really want to pick on from Washington. So if there's anybody from Philly that I like, it's most likely gonna be Ish. Maybe you can get a guy like Covington, but I don't really think he's gonna do too crazy. But I like Ish Smith. The price has dropped a little bit. I think he was at about 7K at one point, 7.1 or something like that. So he dropped down at least 400. And let's take a look at the over under again. 215, 9-point spread in favor of Washington. I think it might be a little bit closer, but who knows? It's a road game, so they probably think Washington will take care of business pretty easily here. So I can't be mad at that, but I like it in tournaments. Now, there's a lot of tournament guys that I'm liking. Only guys I really like, because this game could be a blowout, so tournament. Chris Paul, well, I think Chris Paul's safe. And then everybody else down the line so far has been a tournament option for me. It's crazy. On the freaking, let's see how many games this is. For 10 game slate, so you really don't see a whole bunch of point guards. That's only tournament option, but so far that's what we're getting. And then we have Ish Smith. Let's take a look at his usage real quick. Uh, Definitely want to take a look at that, man. He has about a 23.5 usage rate within the last. Oh, that's only within the last 2 games. So we'll kind of move on down a little bit. Let's just go to the 25th or something like that. See if that's at least 4 games or 4 or 5 games maybe. Ishmael, so in the last 4 games, he has a 27.7 usage rate. But I guess it's hard for his usage to be up when they just got. Well, I think he did have a solid game versus Gold State, and they just got blown out last game, so that kind of dropped it a little bit. Let's go take a look at the production once again. So I mean, he's had a good game against GS, so I'm almost certain, man. It was a home game, but but still, man, I'm almost certain he can have a solid game here. If you guys believe in home road splits, let's go take a look at it. Let's see what he's been doing on the road. Okay, so the production has dropped a little bit on the road, so I can kind of see where Vegas is going with that there. But I still think he's a solid tournament option. I probably won't have any exposure to him, but I still think he's worth talking about, man. 6,700. Next, we got Mike Conley. Now, this guy is the ultimate tournament play because he chooses when he wants to be aggressive. There's so many guys on his team. The offense is distributed almost equally, I guess. You see Mike Conley do work. You see Zach Randolph do work one day. Then maybe it's Gasol. Then it's Jeff Green. So it's all over the place. So it's kind of hard to trust Conley. He's not a guy with super high upside to be paying 6,700 for. He had a great game versus New Orleans, but he's not even playing 30 minutes, so it's kind of hard for me to trust him there. He's almost in that True Holiday situation, but with less upside. But he might have a sneaky good game here. New York is going to be on a second leg of a back-to-back. Let's go take a look up the over/under 196 and a half over/under 3 point spread in favor of Memphis. So this game is already setting up to be a slow-paced game, but Conley, man, if he gets a lot of Calderon, maybe he can do something here. But I'm not a big fan of his matchup today. Truth be told, go take a look at the chat real quick. Yeah, tournament. I'll give him that. But in the real, I think this is LeBron day. Yeah, man, I definitely think this is LeBron day. Because Crowder don't play the best. He might be out. Yeah. So we're definitely gonna take a look at that news too when we get around to that position for small forward. So next, we have MCW. He's pretty much a fade in cash in tournaments. Most inconsistent minutes ever. Slow paced game. I can't really trust Jason Kidd here, so he's a fade for me. D Rose versus Denver. Now this could be another good situation, especially if Jimmy Butler's out. I think right now he's questionable, so let's see. Yeah, Jimmy Butler's questionable. Let's take a look at the over under real quick. There is no over under, I guess, because they don't. Pau Gasol and Jimmy Butler injured. Pau Gasol's injured. Let's go take a look at that. So he's questionable with a left hand sprain. So, oh man, if they leave D Rose by himself, I guess that means he's gonna jack up like 40 shots, but that can also mean blowout. But I think at least Jimmy or Powell is gonna play. So if Jimmy or Powell plays, D Rose, I think that puts D Rose in position to have a great game. Let's go take a look at DPP for point guards. Denver third. Oh, that's shooting guard. Crap. Denver the fourth worst team against point guards this year, so I guess there's some merit to playing D Rose. We can take a look at the usage. No, D Rose usage has to be at least above a 25, man. There's no way it's under 25. We'll go back to within the last week or so. Let's see. See how many games he got. So in 4 games, he has a 27.8 usage rate. I'm pretty sure that rises with no Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy's out and he has a good DVP. I think I can play D Rose and cash even on a road game in the altitude. That scares me a little bit, but I still like him, man. 6,200 is not too much. He just came off a 30.8, 38.7 game where he had 7 turnovers, which I don't see him doing again. So if he can pretty much do this, put up the same kind of peripherals, the 9 assists, 6 rebounds, I'm almost certain he's going to get 20 actual points. So I like this matchup here for him. Just whether he gets the peripherals or not, because usually his assists are way down, and the rebounds aren't that high, and the steals and everything like that that surrounds it. So he's usually scoring dependent. So we'll see. Jeff Teague versus Indiana. I'm not a big fan of this matchup. God damn, the minutes are inconsistent. It was a blowout, so I can't fault him for that. But before that though, his minutes are all over the place. 6,100, just a little bit too much for me. Maybe at 5K, I can roster him, but I can't trust it here. Now Alfred Payton versus Chris Paul. That's pretty much a fade to me, especially a guy who doesn't have a high usage. Let's go take a look at Alfred Payton's usage real quick. Um, Yo, he's not even. I had to scroll down to find him. So in the last 4 games, he only has an 18.0 usage rate. Not the greatest in the world, not the worst, but man, we definitely like it to be up a little bit at 5,500. So it kind of feel like a steal. But let's take a look at how the Clippers play against point guards as far as DVP goes. So they're a top 5 team. So we don't really want to pick on Chris Paul, especially now with Alfred Payton. Not a guy that really scores much. Uh, and let's just look at the fantasy output, man. He had 2 good games versus Philly. I guess you can expect. Well, I wouldn't say expect 44 out of him, but guess that's possible. I think maybe Oladipo was out that game. I'll have to check. But yeah, solid game versus Charlotte. So you're not really gonna get too many of those. So don't like them. Goran Dragic, 54. I just can't trust him, man. This guy doesn't. He's not consistent, man. I think him and D Wade are not meant to play together. At least not on. They're not meant to be on the floor at the same time. I like him if he played 30. I think I probably like him more if he played 30 minutes off the bench where he could run the offense instead of D Wade, with that dude's super high usage. D Wade is pretty much the point guard of the team. Uh, but I guess it's because you can't have D Wade being a spot up shooter, so it kind of takes away. And that's kind of not Dragic's game either. So 31.6, Dragic 18.6. Man, it's not impressive for me. I can't really play him here. Marcus Smart, definitely a tournament option. He's consistently getting you 28, 29 minutes, but man, he's all over the place with the actual production. And we get a team like the Cavs. Let's see where they rank in efficiency. We want to see if it's even worth it. But he might go up. He might be going up against bench guys like a Dellavedova, Mo Williams. I definitely like him if he's going up against a Mo Williams, but the Cavs are a top 10 defense. Maybe we don't want to take a Marcus Smart here. Probably stick to one of the starters or so, or some other value at power forward or center maybe. But next we got Darren Williams. Can't really play him here. The Spurs, even on well, the Spurs will be without Ginobili and no Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan's already been ruled out as well. So Darren Williams, he's back healthy. He's dealing with a hip injury, so it's always kind of hard to trust a guy in his first game back. So I'll probably fade him. But I like his individual matchup with Tony Parker, 5,300. I think his usage has been pretty solid as well. Let's take a look. 27.9 in the last 3, so that's pretty darn good, man. So if I'm playing anybody from around this price tag, like Alpha Payne or Dragic, even a smart man, I'm taking Darren Williams. Usage is high, good individual matchup. It's a home game. The Spurs will be without Ginobili, Tim Duncan, so I could see him having a good game here. Now, also Moutier at a great price point, 52 for a guy that's playing close to 33 minutes a game. We don't. All we need is 25 from him, which I definitely think is attainable. The Bulls have been one of the worst versus point guards as well. They are the 6th worst team against point guards. So let's take a look at Moutier's usage. I wish there was an over-under for that game, just to give us a better understanding of who we should like more. Okay, so within the last week, the usage has dropped to a 21.8. So right now, Darren is leading this pack, man, and as far as usage in this kind of low tier price range. So I think he has that going for him. Next we got Tony Parker, 52, always a tournament option. But I think now that Ginobili's out, he's definitely gonna play 30 minutes a game consistently. as long as his hip holds up too. Let's take a look at his usage. Uh, we're gonna take a look at that over under as well. Let's take a look. We didn't even look at that. Where is it at? Okay. Oh, Dallas last game of the night. So, or is it? Oh, damn! All these games start early. So the latest game is a 9:35 game. So 197 over under Spurs 7-point spread in favor of them winning. Maybe this can be a solid game for them. Let's go see who. Like just looking at it on paper, who I would like the most. Not really a fan of Denny Green. I like Chandler Parsons on him. I like Aldridge. So this might be a fade Tony Parker day just because these two guys have pretty darn good matchups, and LaMarcus Aldridge is definitely gonna be super high on. Uh, so I like him a little bit here. Tim Duncan's ruled out. Ginobili just had surgery, so yeah, Tim Duncan's out. Okay, we got that under wrap. Oh, are the Spurs in the second leg of a back-to-back? That's always important to know because if they are, they aren't going to play Tony Parker a bunch of minutes. So let's see something. If the Spurs play Saturday, we're likely going to fade. We're either going to give Tony Parker a bunch of minutes and rest him Saturday. Yeah, oh, and it's against the Lakers. We're probably going to play Tony Parker a lot of minutes today and bench him tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I understand where it's going. I'm almost certain Tim Duncan's not going to play this game versus the Lakers. So. Man, this would be 3 games of 4 nights actually, too, if I'm not mistaken. So, man, the Spurs might have a little bit of wear and tear on them. So, also gotta take that into consideration when you're playing players, man. 3 games of 4 nights definitely not good, man, especially for an old team like the Spurs. So, maybe Dallas could sneak up and get a win at home. Who knows? Gonna take a look at the chat one more time. They might play show them off for the trade deadline on the Bucks. Yeah, I saw that. I read that earlier too. Man, that's definitely possible. But Jason Kidd, it just seems like he doesn't like MCW at all. It doesn't really give him that much burn. Let's take a look at some other point guards. Okay, they don't have the news about him playing Friday. Let's see. I want to see if there's any blogs projected. Maybe we could get cute and go with a freaking punt at point guard. Let's see. Nope, it's not any game projected like 12-point favorites or anything crazy. So this isn't looking like a game. This isn't looking like a slate where you're gonna get a bunch of guys off the bench to win a tournament. You're probably gonna need the key guys, key starting guys that always play. So I think we kind of move on to shooting guard. We're gonna take a look at the chat real quick again. Got 15 viewers, man. Oh, and if you're watching this, make sure to give this a thumbs up, man. I definitely appreciate it. And subscribe if you aren't already. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to take a look at my Twitter quick. Just to see something real quick. See if anybody had anything. All right, so we're going back to shooting guard now. Jimmy Butler, we don't have the news on him. But if he's playing, man, I definitely love his matchup versus Gary Harris. Gary Harris is one of the worst defenders in the NBA. Let's go take a look at DVP for shooting guards. Denver, third worst team versus shooting guards. Now let's go take a look at where he ranks. We're gonna go to Real GM real quick. Let's see. Wrong thing. Okay, so Gary Harris is about a 111.1 points per 100 possessions he's given up. Then he's getting a guy like Jimmy Butler, man, Jimmy Buckets. Now let's go see, since that might not have done us no justice. Let's go look at all shooting guards. See where he ranks against all shooting guards, qualified ones at that. All right. So okay, he's not the worst. He's not the super worst. Like he's not Devin Booker, Gary Neal. But as far as guys that's playing minutes besides Devin Booker, Archie Goodwin, Andrew Wiggins, and Aflalo Middleton, he's the only guy that's playing consistent minutes here. So it's about 5 guys here, and he's one of the worst between them. And his guy just happens to be Jimmy Butler, so that he will be guarding if he plays. So I love Jimmy Butler a lot in tournaments and a little bit in cash, man, if he does play. Well, I probably wouldn't trust him in cash just because he's coming off an injury. D. Warrior versus Charlotte. No, I think he has a solid matchup here. I just against Batum, but I just don't want to play him at that price range. Just a little bit too much from a guy that doesn't play over 32 minutes often. He does it once in the blue moon. He did it twice. You might get these 34, 37 minutes, maybe 6 times a season from him, if that. So I don't really want to expect that. So Chris Middleton versus Utah, I think we can fade that. Monta Ellis versus the Hawks. I think he has a good matchup here individually with Kyle Korver. We're gonna take a look at the over/under real quick. Let's go back to all positions. Let's go to Atlanta actually. They might not. No, actually, they will have to put Korver because you can't hide you can't put Bazemore on Monta Ellis because then I'll leave Korver on Paul George. So I definitely like Monta Ellis a little bit. Korver's been one of the worst defenders on the team. I think you could pick on him a little bit, but Monta's at the price where I think the Hawks play so good, of like they're so efficient that I just don't want to play him here at this price tag. But I do think he has the matchup. Um, Oladipo versus JJ Redick. Now this is a good matchup here. I think he kind of feast off. He just came off a great game, so you know he'll be high owned, especially against Redick. Take a look at the over under real quick. We didn't look at the over under for the Pacers game. 12-5 over under, 4 point spread in favor of the Hawks. So I'm not quite sure what to think about that, but for the Orlando Clippers, 205, 4 point spread in favor of the Clippers. Yeah, we've seen that already. Oladipo, let's take a look at his usage. See what's going on there. So he has about a 22.9 usage rate. I think he might get a little bump here, just seeing that you can pretty much eliminate Alfred Payton. Maybe get a good game from Tobias, but Vucevic versus DeAndre is kind of a wash for me. And I don't know if Aaron Gordon's really a high usage guy. Let's see where he ranks. So Aaron Gordon is not really a high usage guy. So this is setting up to be another Oladipo game. I'm liking him a lot in cash probably, depending on who else I see. But right now, Oladipo, he's looking pretty solid for cash, so I can't really knock him here. I think he has a good individual matchup. So Oladipo's definitely in play. Bradley Beal, did his minutes go up last game? So he played 29 last game. He's getting around that price, man. He got 28 versus Golden State. Now he gets a good matchup with Nick Stauskas or whoever they got. He's not starting still. I don't think Bradley Beal's starting still. But whoever the backup is, he's still going to feast in a situation like this. But if he does see a lot of Stauskas, let's look at this. Stauskas is the starting shooting guard. Now let's go take a look at Philly defenders. Who we want to pick on defensively. And right now, you got Nick Stauskas giving up about 111.5 points per 100 possessions. So Bradley Beal's looking like a nice tournament option here. If he gets 30 minutes against the Sixers defense, he should have his way. Philly is not one of the better defenses. And you got a guy like Bradley Beal who has a lot of upside, man. So I could definitely see him hitting 32, 35 points here in 30 minutes. I like this matchup a lot for him. Avery Bradley versus J.R. Smith. Not really feeling his hair. Let's go take a look to see if these guys played, man. I want to see how these guys did in their meeting before. Okay. So in Cleveland, 1 game, 17, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. So he had a hell of a game the one time he played against them this year. Let's see how long ago that was. Yeah, so he had this kind of a game and they still lost. And the guy that went off in that game happened to be Kevin Love. That's about 20, 22, 24, 27, 30, 31, 39, 40. So Kevin Love, if you add up these FanDuel points together, he had about 40. Let's see what King James did, if you guys want to call him that. Okay, so it's 18, 20, 22, 24, 27, 28. 35, 36. So he only had about 36 FanDuel points, and this game wasn't high scoring. But I think at this point, man, Avery Bradley. Oh, well, I mean, I'm talking about Avery Bradley, so I don't even want to start talking about the Cavs plays too early. So we're gonna skip on Avery Bradley, but I don't like him in this matchup here. Truth be told, He did have a solid game last time out, but I just think this is a more of an Isaiah Thomas game. So let's see if IT2 was starting at this time. Okay, he was. He had a horrible game. Um, Pretty much everybody had a bad game. I'm leaning more toward. I'm still leaning more towards LeBron James, and Kevin Love. Though I'll tell you that much. Maybe Kyrie, maybe. But AB Bradley, not so much. Especially not at this price tag. It's a little bit too much for me. Rodney Hood, 5,600. This might be the bounce back game for him. Man, he just laid the egg for a lot of people. And I'm the guy that I play tournaments, so I like to buy low. I like to buy low on these guys. People probably going to be way off him, and this could be a situation where he goes back and gets you a 30, 32, 35 kind of game. So I like him a little bit in tournaments. It's really hard to trust him. Let's go take a look at his usage. Uh, let's see. So he still has about 26.0 usage rate in the last three games. So it's a little bit better than Oladipo's, but the pace of the game is expected to be a lot slower now. Let's take a look at the over under. 190 over under 7 point spread in favor of Utah. So, man, that over under is definitely turning me off, especially at Rodney Hood's price. So I probably fade him there just because the game is expected to be so slow paced. We can kind of get a grasp on how slow Utah plays right now. We're gonna go take a look at the Hollinger stats. Okay, so let's take a look at pace. And then you have Utah, the slowest pace team in the NBA, and then you have Milwaukee at pretty much the sixth slowest pace. So, oh man, so this game's looking seventh. This game kind of a fade for me. Um, I just can't touch Rodney Hood at that price tag. You got Joe Johnson now. I like Joe Johnson. I think this could be a solid game for him. I don't like his individual matchup, but I love playing guys against Sacramento, man. Joe Johnson might be in line for a good game. 5,300. Not a great matchup, but it's not horrible. I think he's a nice tournament option. The Kings have struggled on defense this year. They just let freaking Etron Moore light them up. I know that's not Joe Johnson's not playing shooting guard, but man, the Kings have been pretty bad this season. Let's take a look at the over under again. 212 over under, man. Only 5.5 to 6 point favorites against Brooklyn. So this game is expected to stay close. And one of the guys, I think if this game stays close, man, Joe Johnson's probably going to be a big part of it. So I like him a little bit in tournaments. Really wouldn't trust him in cash just because he's so inconsistent. If he's getting 36 minutes, man, I definitely think he's in play here. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Okay, so I think everybody's disappeared today, man. I'm not getting that many comments as I once was, or everybody's asleep, but it's still cool though, man. I still appreciate you guys for watching. For those who are watching, um, so yeah, just let's take a look at Joe Johnson's usage rate before we move on. Uh, so 17.3 in the last four games. It's not impressive at all. And then he doesn't have the greatest matchup. But the pace of the game should probably allow him to get some easy buckets. So maybe you just need about 25, 27 here. I think that's definitely attainable. Wouldn't trust it. But I don't know, man. He's been hovering around that 25 point range, so I like that. But you just look at this 3.7, you look at this 17.8, you look at this 11.1, and it's hard to trust him. Now we got J.R. Spliff. Can't really play guards versus Boston. It's just too hard of a decision for me to make. Aflalo. Not a big fan of him against Memphis, slow paced team. Second leg, we're back to back. Man, maybe he can get you another 24 and 3-3, two steal game kind of game. Maybe, but I don't really want to bank on that happening again. Second leg, we're back to back. Memphis, pretty solid defensive team, so I don't think it's much reason to pick on them there. Jamal Crawford. If he's getting, man, this guy just keeps producing. 28 minutes last time, 26 before that. And I think the guys that come off the bench for Orlando aren't that good defensively. We'll take a look real quick. All right. So the guys coming off the bench playing the 2 and the 3. You got Hazonia and Evan Fournier, and they are both the worst defenders on this team. We'll take a look at Jamal Crawford's usage rate right now on the season. It doesn't really matter to see what it is in the last week, kind of. We'll take a look on the season though. But for the sake of the viewers, man, I might as well go look at it for the last week or so. Jamal Crawford, 24.1 usage rate. That's pretty darn good. And if he's getting 28 minutes versus the bench, he might be in play. Yeah, so let's go through. So Jamal Crawford, 29.2 usage rate. So he's pretty much been dominating the ball in the last three. The last 3 games, he's been going off, and now he has a decent matchup off the bench. So if he gets 28 minutes here, he's definitely in play for me. Next, a lot of these other guys are just tournament plays. Jamal Crawford, he's a tournament play option too, but him and Reddick both scoring dependent. Gary Harris, I don't really like his matchup, especially if Jimmy Butler plays. Garrett Temple, maybe. Otto Porter might get a little bump in his minutes now, and that might bump him a little bit down, so I don't really know if I want to trust him. Denny Green, he might play 30 minutes again with the absence of Ginobili here. So 4,200 for a guy that's a good three-point shooter, great shot blocker. He gets you a bunch of steals. Maybe the rebounds will be there. I like him a little bit here. The game won't be that fast-paced, but still think he can hit 20 to 25 here, especially if he's getting 35-plus minutes like he did last game. So I don't know if I want to bank on that. Maybe each one for another tournament. He just had a pretty darn good game versus Sacramento last time out. Got you 39 Fanduel points in 38 minutes, and if Jimmy Butler's out, he's gonna be matched with Gary Harris, so I like him. Wayne Ellington, let's go take a look at the minute situation. He's playing close to 30 minutes every game, and this game might be close. And we know Sacramento cannot guard shooting guards to save their lives, so this might be a great spot for Wayne Ellington, and I like him. Probably he's definitely a tournament option, but I don't like his upside, man. This 25, 24, 21, 22 is more of his upside kind of lane. I don't really see him having a 30-point game, but I probably still give him a chance, even maybe in cash, man. This is Sacramento. They aren't that good, so he's playing 30 minutes. I like that. Korver. Okay. I wanted to call him my cash gameplay, but man, against the Pacers, against Monta, I think he's still in play, man. 3,800 for a guy. He's scoring dependent, but man, he's so cheap, man. And I'm just so used to him getting me 19 to 20 points. He's been pretty safe for me. I used to just, I think I played him like 3 days in a row in cash every single time because of that. Consistency of 19, 20 points, I like that. We can kind of move on to small forwards now. We'll check on the chat real quick. Let's see who goes. Langston Galloway. In the second leg of a back-to-back, and Calderon might see a bump in minutes again. Who knows? And this game is expected to be slow, so slow-paced game. I probably don't like it. What cost? Myself just okay. That looks pretty. Your lineup looks pretty solid, Brendan. It's kind of hard for me to trust Horford though, just because he's so inconsistent. And then Collison, who let's see how much he got last game with Rondo back. Okay, so he still saw 30 minutes here, so I mean maybe it's possible. I'm not the biggest Collison fan in that matchup. Let's go take a look at his price again. 4,600 for a guy coming off the bench with who doesn't have the craziest upside. I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, Jamal Crawford is cheap. He has been hitting value, so I like him a lot there. I have no complaints with him. So let's move on to small forward. Now, guy I'm liking a lot, LeBron James, 10.2. I think this guy's going to be super high on tomorrow, especially considering how fast-paced the game is. And he's been hitting value lately, man. 43, 51, 52, and the 44 in his last 4 games. That's pretty darn consistent. Doesn't look like he's going to kill your lineup. It's pretty much going to hover around 44 to 45 points. So I like LeBron here a little bit. We know his usage is high. We don't even have to Google. We don't have to NBA stat fact that. Uh, Paul George versus Atlanta. He's kind of I don't know if he's almost a fade for me, but he's I can't trust him in cash. I pretty much tell you that, man. He's a high upside guy, but when he doesn't score 30 actual points, he just seems to never hit value here. Um, Gordon Hayward just a little bit too pricey for me, but the Bucks have been horrible on defense this year, so that's always he can always have a solid game. Rudy Gay versus Brooklyn. That's a solid matchup here as well. But there's just so many good matchups that I think Bookie is probably gonna try to feast a little bit. Let's go take a look at projected lineups. So Rudy Gay being matched up with some Joe Johnson. Let's go take a look at the worst defenders on that team. Yeah. So first we're gonna start off. Okay, that's usage. Never mind. So worst defender on the team, Donald Sloan, but he's not playing a bunch of minutes. You got Bargnani, Bojan, and then you got Joe Johnson surrendering about 112, and he's actually playing a boatload of minutes. So maybe you can get some Rudy Gay master with him. He can feast, but Rudy Gay price tag, I don't like it on him. I don't like him. It limits his upside, man, because he gets 35, which he usually that's his average. That seems to be as high as he can get with Boogie in a lineup. It's like a 35 or something. So really hard to trust there. So I'll probably fade him. Did we look at his usage? So only has about a 20.4 usage rate, and he's pretty too high price. And there's other great matchups there, so I'll probably fade him. Giannis, slow pace game, don't like it. Kawhi Leonard, I told you guys already, I love his matchup. Well, I don't want to say I love it, but I like his matchup a lot versus Chandler Parsons. If there's anybody in that game from the Spurs that's going to go off, man, this is definitely a Kawhi Leonard day. Matched up with Parsons, I don't think he can contend with him. He should definitely hover around 35 to 40 today. So I like him. Gallinari. If this all depends if there's no Jimmy Butler, man. If there's no Jimmy Butler, I love Gallinari in tournament 6,900. For a guy can really light it up, has 60-point upside when he wants to. Home game, he just seems like he always does a lot better on the home at home than he does on the road. Let's go take a look. I'm gonna check it out right now. Oh yeah. So actually, his production is pretty much hovering around the same thing. He might just get a little bump in minutes, but he's done pretty good. I wish they had something like you could see like usage rate at home and usage rate on the road. But okay, maybe we could do that on NBA stats. Let's see. We're gonna kind of all outcomes and wins lost. We don't care about that. Okay, so we got location. So let's see Gallinari's. We'll probably have to go to the whole season. So we're gonna start off the first day of the regular season, which was October 28th. See Gallinari usage at home. 23.2. So I mean that's not super impressive, but I think he's definitely worth a look in tournaments here. Chandler Parsons, we know that's the favorites. Kawhi, Batum versus Wade, I don't like it. MKG, slow pace game, I don't like it. Jeff Green, now this guy I rostered him last time out, man, but he played 34 minutes. I don't know if we can expect that again if Matt Barnes plays. I think Matt Barnes missed that last game, but these guys are well rested, man. I feel like the Grizzlies, like they're not a team to blow people out, but the Knicks are on like the third game in 4 days or something like that. I think they are on the third and four. Let's go take a look. We're going to take a look right now. Okay, no, it's only the second in 3 days, so definitely not. They definitely didn't have a third and 4 days. Okay, so never mind that. But man, I still think the Grizzlies can still go to work here, and there's not too many matchups I like in that game period. And Jeff Green, his price is way up, man. You kind of want 30 from him, and I don't know if I want to expect that from him. Tobias, he's too inconsistent for me, but maybe if he gets you a 28 again, 33, 34, which he does do too often, especially with everybody healthy, I kind of will fade him. Emma Turner now, he's definitely worth a look, man. If Jay Crowder's out, okay, okay, he still finished the game, so he'll likely play. So we're not gonna really take too much in consideration for Turner. Otto Porter, how many minutes he played? He played 32 last game, so he might be back to his regular minute situation. But I don't like the matchup with Covington at all, so I'll probably fade him there. Omri Caspi, nah, not with everybody healthy. Dang at 5K. Versus MKG, I don't really like that either. Robert Covington, maybe the Wizards have had some struggles with small forwards. We'll go take a look at DVP. Uh, okay, so hurry up and load, buddy. So they're the second worst team versus small forwards here. Then you got like Covington, a guy who jacks up a bunch of shots, especially mainly threes. He showed me enough upside though. He got a bunch of 37, 30 plus point games, and he's at 5K. So I don't really think he can disappoint here in this situation. See my boss case questionable. Bazemore, I don't like his matchup here. He's at 4,900. I said I'll never play him above 5K, but 4.9, you might as well just say that's 5K. Um, Pretty much, maybe Wesley Johnson. Well, I don't like. Oh, okay, never mind. I have confused with somebody else. I thought you were Stanley Johnson for a second. But Wesley Johnson, man, he's been playing a lot of three. Man, at 4,200, let's see the minutes again. 27, 26. He's produced a little bit, so maybe he's a tournament option. Uh, Small forward. After that, man, it's looking pretty thin. So we're gonna take a look at the chat real quick, see what you guys are talking about. Paul Hill, Oladipo, Crawford, LeBron, Covington, Turner, Love, Hill. I love Paul, Kevin Love, Paul George. I mean Chris Paul, Oladipo, Crawford, LeBron, Covington. I think those guys are pretty solid. You're going back to the well with the Turner Hill stack. I'm not. Let's see who they're going up against again. Atlanta. Yeah, that might definitely be a good play because Atlanta struggles and with rebounding. So they're one of the worst rebounding teams. Let's go take a look. So this might be a double-digit rebounder kind of day for Jordan Hill. I mean, I think this speaks for itself. 47.3. They're statistically the worst rebounding team in the NBA, and they got guys like Jordan Hill, Miles Turner, eating down those. They should definitely eat on the boards. We shouldn't have to worry about Jordan Hill getting in foul trouble like he did last game guarding Brook Lopez. But let's see. Still at 4.6K, still a reasonable price. He'll probably see 30 minutes this game if he stays out of foul trouble, which I expect him to. So I think he's definitely in play. We talked about Miles Turner already. I mean, I guess they're both in the same situation, so I like him there. Now we got Paul Millsap, the most expensive power forward, but there's not too many high price guys here today. Millsap at 7.8 versus Miles Turner. Let's take a look to see if Miles Turner is anything sweet on defense. Let's see. So he is the third best defender on the team. He's not surrendering much well, I can't say Fanduel points, but much actual points here. Let's go see how Pacers fare on defense versus power forwards on the season. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm so tired. I just lost my train of thought mid video. That's just crazy. It's never happened to me. Oh, but Paul Millsap, 7.8K. He's definitely worth a look at that price tag. Can't really knock him there. Uh, Next, we got Kevin Love. I think he has a pretty solid matchup here. No complaints, 7.7. He's been close to 40 in his last 4 games, last 5 actually. So he's definitely looking solid for me. Let's go take a look at his usage real quick. He has about a 23.2 usage rate. Not the greatest in the world, but I mean, if anybody's going off against Boston, it has to be either the Bigs or LeBron. So in that situation, I definitely love Kevin Love a lot. Should definitely feast on the glass today. He's Hey man, 7.7 for a guy that's getting 40 consistently. I like him a lot. Chris Bosh, always a pretty solid cash game play. Always hovers around 30, but his last 3 games, the production has fell off, man. So I'm almost off of the bandwagon until his price comes down, and I think it's on his way down now. So no way I play Chris Bosh in cash, and he just never has enough upside for me in tournaments. So I'll fade him, but his usage is pretty high. Now we have Derek Favors versus one of the worst rebounding teams and one of the worst teams versus power forwards as far as DVP go. So let's go take a look at that. Uh, let's see where Milwaukee ranks. So they're bottom 10 team versus power forwards. Just let's just look at this matchup on paper. We got Jabari Parker versus Derek Favors. How do you guys think this is going to turn out, man? Derek Favors is going to feast against him. Let's go take a look at his usage. But there's so many guys on that Utah team that can go to work. Kind of scares me away from Favors and cash games. But 22.3 usage rate, I think that's pretty solid. He's back to playing his regular minutes, 35, 38, 35. So at this price, we want about 35 to 37 Fanduel points from him. I think that's definitely attainable in this situation. So I like him. Milwaukee, also one of the worst rebounding teams. Let's take a look. Bottom 10 team in rebounding, so definitely think we could pick on them with power forwards. Dang is in a good spot. We'll take a look at him real quick after we finish with the power forwards. Now, Aldridge versus Dirk Nowitzki, man. I don't even think we need to throw the numbers out there. Back-to-back 40-plus games, and then he gets Dirk. So, man, Aldridge should definitely feast in this game. Looking at this game on paper, I just love Aldridge here, man. Even if they put Pachulia on him, they try to cross match, man. I still like Aldridge a lot, man. There's no way Dirk or any bigs is guarding him. Um, Now Dirk in the same sense, he just went off versus Chris Bosh, but he's not a guy that's been pretty consistent when he does that kind of thing. He's played over 30 in the last 2 games. I like that. But man, I'm not really expecting 20 real life points. That's where a lot of his value comes from, actual points. No, he's not. He's not a high rebound guy either. So, uh, man, he's kind of old. We never know what his minute situation is going to be as well. He probably play over 30, but it's kind of hard to trust his production, man, when he got guys with decent matchups here as well. And third price just a little bit too much for me. Nerlens in a fast-paced game versus Washington. Man is too inconsistent for me to even think about him in cash. Tournament option only. Porzingis is struggling. Now, Thaddeus Young, I like him a little bit. I'm just scared of him getting in foul trouble guarding Boogie, man. We see what Boogie does to defenders. Let's go take a look. Okay, it's a 7:30 game. So, man, this Boogie loves to get people in foul trouble. So, he's listed as probable too. So he's good. I just think there's no way I can really trust Thaddeus Young in a cash game, but I love him in tournaments. This game is going to be fast paced. Brooklyn is going to score points, and I think mainly it comes from either point guard, shooting guard, or the center. So, or the bigs. Well, that's pretty much almost every position. So let me just cross that out and just say maybe the bigs. I'm leaning more towards the bigs in this game. Next you got Kenneth Faried. This guy's a high rebound guy, and if I like him a lot, man, especially if Pal's out, he should definitely feast on the boards. The Bulls are low on bigs right now, so if Pal's out, Kenneth Faried should definitely feast down there. Miles Turner, think he's a pretty solid Cavs gameplay versus one of the worst rebound teams in the NBA in Atlanta. But 5.6, the price is going up. I don't know, man. We're gonna see if there's some value there. So we can kind of move on next to Todd's 53. A little pricey for his production, but he's in the last 4 he's gotten you consistent 24 plus, so looking pretty solid here. Jared Sellinger, 52. He's a guy that's pretty much been a point per minute guy, but man, he's not playing over 20 minutes, so I can't trust him. Jabari Fade, Aaron Gordon, possibly. He just disappointed me playing 26 minutes here. So until I see him getting consistent minutes again, I'm just gonna look the other way, especially at his price. Cody Zeller now, Tristan. Nah. Look at this, man. No, I could play this guy in cash game. 34 minutes, 8.8, 22, 6, 28, 12. So too low of a usage guy for me to really trust him and cash at that price tag. And it got to be the greatest matchup in the world for him. Uh, After that, man, power forwards get pretty thin, man. I think Kaminsky just had a good game here, but I'm not gonna expect that again. He did that in 24 minutes. We're gonna take a look at some other power forwards. Maybe Bobby Portis if Powell's out. Let's go take a look. I played them last time versus Sacramento. He didn't really kill for me like I thought he would, but not a bad option, especially if Powell's out. So I think we kind of move on to center now. I think we pretty much took a look at all these over-unders as well. So there really wasn't no need for me to go over them once I went over them when I talked about the point guard, shooting guard position, and stuff like that. So I want to take a look at the chat. Dang is in a good spot. Oh, you said Dang, not Jiang. I really thought I saw Jiang. Dang, let's take a look at his price again. 5K versus Charlotte. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to see some Michael K. Gilchrist or not. So if he is, man, I don't know how much I like him, but he's at a decent enough price where he probably doesn't need to put up a lot of points, but like actual points. But man, he's solid, man. He's a good, decent rebounder. He's getting you a couple steals a game. So who knows? Boogie at 11K. The prices dropped down 200. Against Thaddeus Young, I don't like the matchup. Thaddeus is a pretty solid defender, but Boogie's almost matchup proof in a sense. Let's go take a look at this. 30, 17, 26, 17, 56, 48. Man, this guy's a scoring machine. 36. Nah, man, if they keep feeding him the rock, what is his usage again? Let's take a look at it. Okay, that's for the season. So let's go back within the last week. 36.5 usage rate. That usage rate is through the roof. Daddy is a good defender, but he's kind of undersized, and Boogie's probably just gonna bully him. So 11K, man. We'll see if we can make it work. Next, we got Brook, 8.9. That's just a little bit too much for me. Doesn't leave enough room for his upside. If he gets 50, he didn't crush value, unless he's gonna get you a 59 or something crazy like that, maybe 52. But I think he's still solid here, but I don't think he hits a ceiling. Pal, we know he's questionable. DeAndre versus Orlando, that's pretty tough. Just because DeAndre's not worth 8.4, I can't do that for him. Gasol in a decent matchup, 8.2 as well. This guy's for some reason, man, he's like the only center that I see that consistently never gets double-digit rebounds. I think it's either the pace of the slow game, it's the slow pace that they're playing at, and possibly maybe there's just other guys that's pretty good rebounders that's taking them away. But if you're a guy that plays on DK, man, I know playing Gasol is frustrating. Center, kind of move on here. I think Whiteside's limited. Only played 17 minutes last game. Got you 33 Fanduel points, man. Imagine if he played over 30. He probably would have had about 60 Fanduel points. Vucevic versus Clippers. I don't like the matchup individually, but they are one of the worst rebounding teams, so maybe we can have a solid game here. Rudy Gobert, same. That's pretty much my reason for Vucevic. My reasoning for Vucevic is the same for Gobert. Besides, Gobert is a low usage guy, but the rebounding isn't that good, man. Al Horford tournament option only. Gortat, I like Gortat a lot. The Sixers struggle versus center. He's a pretty decent guy, man. Let's go take a look. See DVP. Philly worst team versus centers. Now let's go take a look at his usage. His 19.2, not great at all. But I think he kind of makes up for it with the peripherals. Let's go take a look. He's 6.7. I need that price to drop a little bit. He's not playing over 30 minutes either, so I think since they're doing that small ball lineup, it's kind of taking away his value. Jalo, Pachulia, these guys are fade for me. Robin Lopez is eating a slow paced game. He possibly get you another double digit, another double double. I wouldn't expect nothing like 26 and 16, but I think you can expect something along the line of like 16 and 10. Solid game, probably even maybe even 12 and 10. May hopefully get you some blocks, keep the turnovers down. But at 5,200, all you need is 25 in cash. I like him. Jordan Hill versus ATL, definitely like him a lot here. Uh, Hawks struggle versus centers. Let's take a look at DVP. Okay, sixth worst team here, one of the worst rebounding teams. I think this is a great spot for Jordan Hill. His price didn't move up or down, so I like that a lot. Uh, After that, man, center gets pretty thin here, but we're gonna try to make a lineup just for the sake of making a lineup. We're gonna look at the chat real quick. First time I've been on live. Good stuff you are doing here, Dion. Yo, you know what's crazy, man? I am so tired. Like I almost felt like myself, like fall out in the middle of the stream here, man. It's crazy. Look forward to doing lineups in the future myself. Yeah, and I appreciate that, man. If I didn't say so already, Mamadou Suga, if I said that right. I know that does say Mamadou because I know a few Mamadous. I actually was in. I had two Mamadous in my class actually. When I went to school. Marcus Gasol played well earlier this season versus. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Dunk has a good matchup. I don't think Johnson had another game like he did. Oh yeah, I mean, just because it's Rudy Gay, I think he can kind of keep Johnson in check. But I like Thaddeus Young. Somebody has to go off against the Kings. It's either going to be Thaddeus Young or Ellington possibly. Yeah, true. That was a shock. I didn't expect him to hit for 45 plus. Yeah. Aaron was tired. He's been playing lights out lately. Uh, yeah, that's definitely. Let's take a look at something real quick. Aaron, let's see. This man's kind of old, man. He's playing 43, 40 minutes, 38. That guy's. Well, how old is Aflalo, man? Somebody check that for me. But we're gonna work on this lineup since we pretty much went through all the plays. I'm probably gonna make this a cash game lineup to see what we can do. I like Chris Paul a lot. I think this game stays close. Mm. Is Jameer Nelson out tomorrow? Okay, we don't got no news on him yet. Let's see. Well, I think it says it's unlikely he plays Friday. Okay. So if he's out Friday, maybe we can get some Moutier here versus the Bulls with a lot of injured guys. I like Moutier there. Shooting guard. I like some Oladipo for cash. Shooting let's see if we can find a decent guy here in this price range. Maybe Danny Green. I think Wayne Ellington is pretty solid, but Danny Green's possibly playing 35 plus minutes with Ginobili out for a month. I think you got to go Danny Green here. I think he's safe. Let's take a look at the over-under again for that Spurs Mavericks game. Okay, 197, so that's not impressive. Brooklyn, I feel like I got to go Wayne Ellington in the good matchup versus Brooklyn. So we'll go Wayne Ellington, small forward. I like Kawhi and Gallinari, man. Gallinari's due, man. I just feel like he's due. He's had 3 bad matchups in a row. This dude has had the Pacers, Raptors, and Utah. Let me see what he did in good matchups like Washington. He had a solid game versus Boston, Detroit. So I mean, man, he's been due for a good game here. It's a home game. I like him a little bit. We're gonna see what we can work with if we get LeBron here. But who would I take between Gallinari and Kawhi? Probably. Let's go take a look at the usage for the Spurs first. Who has a high usage? And the last week, Kawhi has 26.4. I know that's higher than Gallinari's. We'll put it back a few more days. Okay, so Kawhi still had a 24.3 usage, and Ginobili's out, so he gets a bump there. Let's go take a look at Denver. All right, 24.8. So Kawhi is smoking him there. Kawhi is definitely smoking him there. Now let's take a look at the over under. Oh yeah, I forgot there's no over under, so we can't even judge it yet. So for the sake of video, I might just go Kawhi, man, just because I'm a Spurs fan. We might as well try to fit him in there. Power forward now. I do want Kevin Love, man, but I like Aldridge a lot. I think this matchup is great for him. We're going to see who we have at center. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to lock in Jordan Hill at center and see how much we got to play with at power forward, 5,500. Let's see who's there around this price tag. I'm not liking any of the power forwards around this price tag, truth be told. Damn, this one is tough right here, man. I don't want to pay up, but damn. Probably gonna have to downgrade LeBron out my lineup. Probably go Gallinari or something just for the sake of the video. Maybe get some freaking K Love in here. Got 8K. Let's see. Okay, now we got 1K. Pretty much 1K left. Maybe we can upgrade Moody AC if we got it. Okay, D Rose against Denver. I could take D Rose, man. He has a high usage and he has a good DVP there. So I think this is a pretty safe lineup, man. Truth be told, I kind of like this Chris Paul. I think he's gonna have about a 42 to 50 point game here against Orlando. So I like it. Let's take a look at the chat. 30. Oh, Aaron Flowers only 30. Looks like about 35. You may have mentioned this, but during the chat late. What games do I think will be high scoring? Well, of course, the King game always high scoring. Philly versus Washington, just because they play at such a fast pace, and Boston, Cleveland. Boston's one of the fastest paced teams in the game. And those are the three games I'm looking at that I want to have most of my Fanduel, that I expect most of the Fanduel production to come from. So I like those three games for fantasy production. LA versus Clippers, okay. Nah, I don't really think it's too many other games besides that. Maybe the Clippers or Orlando might be high scoring. Who knows? But yeah, I'm leaning more towards the Philly, Washington, Sac, Brooklyn, Denver, Chicago games for the scoring. But yeah, with that being said, man, definitely appreciate you guys sticking around, man. I'm kind of tired. I'm glad you guys stick through, man. I know I might sound, you guys might hear it a little bit in my voice or whatnot, but man, I definitely appreciate you guys. And with that being said, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, man. We're definitely gonna do another pre-lock stream, and I'm definitely gonna be wide awake for that one. So hopefully, you guys don't kill me on that. Make sure to give this a thumbs up if you like it. And with that being said, I'm gonna head up out of here. You can definitely hit me up on Twitter too. I'll probably stay up for like another 25, 30 minutes, man, if you guys have any questions. So we're gonna end the stream on that note. Hopefully we can all catch tomorrow and do good, man. Peace.